big celebrations.
INnoVation Valdez. This guy, 5-1 in TVT, 11-4 so far this year. Fantastic player. We're starting to see him build up once again. There was a time there where we were like, this guy's almost going to slump. He's not playing as much. He's not getting put out as much either. Something's going on there, but now he's making that return.
Yeah, Dream kind of taking his spot there for the bigger matches towards the end of round 2 and round 3, but yeah, we still have a lot of his troubles in TVP, especially. He had like one specific build he would macro up until he had enough SCVs to pull them.
Yeah.
And if he couldn't do it at that time, like if something went wrong earlier on in the game, he would just shut down, man.
Yeah,
the program would just have a gigantic error, and he would end up losing the game.
Yeah, it was always that thing. He's one of those mechanical players. And this is YoDa. You know, he doesn't have a bad score in TVT, actually. 4-3 so far this season against Terran. And also a big fan of mech play. Great map for mech play if he chooses to go for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. In fact, it's kind of interesting to see a 4-3 in TVT. I wonder what his record is in the other matchups.
Well, no doubt, pretty horrible.
I think he won that one game against Sue, you know, with the mech.
Oh,
and the others,
yeah.
I think the others just all went downhill.
Yeah.
Kind of a sad state of affairs for YoDa.
Yeah, I mean, he's a specialist in the TVT. He got that matchup. Maybe he can cause the upset today.
Maybe. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to be jumping into game number 2 in just a second, everybody. The map, as we mentioned before, is going to be Vaani Research Station. A very big 2-player map, pretty good for mech. Let's see what these 2 players do right now. Down here in the south in the red, a Terran player from SK Telecom T1, it is INnoVation.
And up here in the north, in blue for Prime, it is YoDa.
Uh-oh.
Busted.
Caught out on the date.
Date night in Pro League.
They're holding hands at least still. They're not embarrassed enough to stop doing that.
He screwed up, man. He brought it to date night Pro League on Monday when it was Prime vs SKT. It's like, well, sorry, babe, it was the cheapest match of the week. Like
the cheapest.
The tickets were the cheapest this day. I was like, you actually don't pay for tickets down here, buddy. You just made a mistake.
That guy messed up, man. Tomorrow's going to be a very interesting day, actually. It's going to be like Jinair and MVP and Spenu and KT playing.
That's pretty fun, actually. Spenu and KT would be a good match.
Yeah.
They bring
I'm
out
not
the guns.
sure exactly the matchups, but those are the teams.
Yeah.
Later on today, we are going to have Samsung versus Jinair.
It's going to be interesting to see where Samsung is because they haven't been doing their best in the last this season in general. Maybe they can start to turn it around there. It's going to be an interesting match.
Yeah, definitely will be. We do see INnoVation going to be a bit more aggressive here. He's going to take that gas first, whereas YoDa just going to play straight up here for now.
Yeah. Let's see exactly what they want to go for. I got a feeling INnoVation might want to go for mech on this map. With this kind of build, you know, getting that gas first, you want to get the factory out a little bit earlier. Hellions on the map. It's a lot easier to defend those 2 bases up top as well, so damage a lot easier to minimize the damage done unless you let those drops come in or the cloak banshees.
For sure. And over here for oh wait, no, INnoVation is in red. Okay. I'm actually getting these builds messed up, man.
No.
I'm still asleep from the plane.
I was playing that up for you, Valdez. Now we both.
Sorry, man. It's all right.
We're both going down with the ship, brother. It's all right. All right. So
it's all good.
INnoVation is playing that normal style. He's going into that factory, though. Not going to get a Reaper out.
Yeah, it looks like you may want to go for a bit of a drop, in fact. You know, get out a bunch of Marines just slowly out of one rack, save that gas for your factory, and go for that. Scout with your SCV. He does know what YoDa is doing as well.
Yeah, he's going to have Marines out for this Reaper as well, so long as they're in a good position for it. So we'll see if they decide to wait in the right place where that Reaper may jump up. It's going to help maybe even kill it if they're in the right place. And we don't see YoDa react fast enough. Look at that. Good place for it. If he gets a third Marine out in time, which he will, he could kill this Reaper if YoDa's not paying attention.
Yeah. We do see a second gas taken here by INnoVation, too. Immediate starport comes down as well as a tech lab, so maybe Banshee's out of him. I wouldn't be surprised he's lost a bunch of games tomorrow in TVT. He's like, I got to steal that guy's style.
I got to make Banshees, man.
Yeah.
They just kill everything. Oh, Reaper's going to get in, actually.
Ooh, finding a little spot here. He's going to skirt around the left side. Will he go down?
Oh,
One more hit.
He actually
gets in.
chose to go through the base. That's very confusing because now there's no escape. Down he goes. He gets a full scout, but I feel like he could have got in and got the scout and got out, right? He saw everything he needed to see. He saw the starport. He saw the tech lab. YoDa, what are you doing, mate?
Maybe he didn't see the tech lab. Like, maybe he wanted to come in and see the gases, too, because he really was only on the left side here.
Maybe. You might be right there.
But at the same time, he's going to lose total map control. He's just got this guy here on the watchtower.
I don't know. I feel like that was almost enough information for him to, like, save a Reaper at a pretty crucial time.
Or even, like, go in and get half the information and save it and maybe come in a little bit later. Keep that threat on the map.
Yeah. And it is going to be a Raven as well from INnoVation, not a Banshee. So we could also see YoDa make the wrong prediction there.
That's always something you do see these Terran players do. In many different matchups, they get that scouted, and they're just like, oh, well, I can just make a safe Raven here, and it's still going to be a strong build.
Yeah, it's still a perfectly fine build. And it's going to be YoDa going for the Cloak Banshees here. And I love this Widow Mine. Let's see where this Medivac's going to go. It's going to head towards it at least. Very good positioning as well from INnoVation to defend against this.
But YoDa, I think he's going to try to drop here on the edge, but here are the units. He's not going to find any space here.
Wow.
He will have to move back.
Yeah, just completely waiting for it. And Cloak Banshees now on the way. We don't see an engineering bait just yet either, but that Raven's going to help out a lot.
Oh, yeah. Doing a pretty decent job. INnoVation, or rather YoDa's still trying to find that drop, but INnoVation is on top of it.
For now, looking towards the main base with that thing, but no, doesn't want to commit too hard to anything right now.
Yeah. He's got a Viking out now, so it's going to make it even that much harder to get that drop in there. And here come the Banshees, and in fact, INnoVation is also going to go for a bit of a later cloak. I do like this just because it's going to be unexpected. It comes in at a timing you're not going to expect. Maybe you go around the left side of the map, all of a sudden Cloak Banshees in your base.
Yeah, well, I mean, time and time again, we've seen, you know, Banshees have a place all throughout the game. Even if there is a counter, like, you just come from multiple angles, you get those SCV kills eventually.
I mean, we saw it even in, like, Tasia versus Maro over there in Valencia. Just,
yeah, they add up, man. Every time, guaranteed almost. As long as you have that decent Banshee micro.
Yeah. All depends on the positioning. It kind of reminds me of, like, a late Oracle even. You know, the same kind of unit. Does a ton of damage to the mineral lines. But here we go.
No turret down, but there is a Raven here. So it's not going to find too much. Let's see if the back one does anything. There is a Widow Mine raiding, and that Widow Mine's actually going to hit this Medivac if we get a view of this. Oh, no. Okay, we do. Doesn't kill it there.
Doesn't kill it, and at the same time, this Banshee's going to go down for 0 kills.
Oh, my goodness. 0 kills. It's so funny that he got scared off by the Widow Mine. He could have actually dropped as well, which is so funny.
Yeah. Look at this. Turret's not yet done, and here comes the Banshee. It's got Cloak, too. Looks like YoDa's just going to try to boost back for the defense.
He's getting a few kills, but there's nice turret placement for everything else for YoDa. The production is covered as well as the main.
Ooh, nice little hold position here. Going to be getting to work on the SCVs on the left side of the mineral line, and YoDa just losing more and more. Finally, a Viking comes out.
Yeah, he's got a couple here. It's going to be a hard place for this Banshee to find any more work done with these Vikings and turrets in place.
He's going to go for a bit of a maneuver, try to force the units over here to the left side. There's the scan, but it's not going to be able to take down that Banshee.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that he forced out a scan like that. At the same time, it's so weird that these Vikings were out of position once again. They're going to get this Banshee, though. It's kind of sit in position.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think the Banshee does pay for itself, and it was around 5 to 7 kills there.
Yeah. I mean,
this one even coming in, going to delay the buildings once again. Take a look at the supplies already. INnoVation up 20.
Yeah, and I mean, there hasn't been that much damage either. Though INnoVation has kind of invested in a lot more Hellions, which is kind of a reason why the supplies are so different. But he is also up 6 SCVs right now.
Yeah.
Currently sitting at 9 Hellions to the 1 of YoDa's. But YoDa is making tanks now.
The one big thing that YoDa does have going for him is this much earlier third CC coming down. INnoVation only started it recently, whereas YoDa's is already in orbital and is being floated out. If he can defend that with a bunch of tanks, he's not going to be in a terrible position.
And we are seeing that mech play. Oh, hold on a second. We're going to see a little Viking fight. Completely outnumbered. Down it goes as it lands.
Yeah. Kind of sad, just an unlucky position there for YoDa.
YoDa is getting his production up a little bit faster though. You know, there's 5 axes are finishing up, and only now we're seeing extra factories added. We've got 2 factories so far and a third one on the way. So INnoVation's got to be a little bit careful. He's kind of got map control right now, and he's doing the damage. He's looking for that drop, but still, you know, he's got to be cautious of what these bio can do early on once the sim is finished.
Looks like he's going to come in here, maybe morph him into Hellbats, or maybe just drive him right in. Here we go. They've got Blue Flame already. Didn't even realize a bunch of these SCVs are lining up now. Going to get 7, and he's going to boost away.
Yep. All of them surviving right now. Banshee not finding anything back at home of INnoVation's base.
Once again, just a great position there from INnoVation. You guys can see the differences there, and units lost.
It's just been hard mechanics and this constant Banshee harassment is getting him so far ahead. And he's going to run. Ooh, awkward placement there. So we are seeing bio tank from YoDa right now. So far, it's a pretty decent army to fight against mech, but you know he's got to start dropping. He's got to start finding a way in. This map is decent for drops. You know, in the mid to late game, once the armies are out of position, you can find a nice healthy drop into the main or that pocket natural.
INnoVation at the same time, he can do the same here with his Hellbats. He's already got a couple setting up here once again for the back door, but YoDa does have that bunker and the turret ready. And INnoVation going to try maybe for the left side this time with this Hellbat drop.
More units on the way. Just pretty much both sides building up decent armies. We're seeing that medivac count get higher and higher for INnoVation as well. He wants those Hellbat drops to do a lot of work. When it finally comes to fighting these armies head to head, Hellbat drops just do ridiculous amounts of damage to bio so easily.
Well, that Hellbat drop didn't really do much, but here he comes into the third. There's absolutely no defense. He's got some stuff down the ramp, but they're going to be out of position right when these Hellbats drop in. Here we go. The SCV's bunching up a bit. Going to get 3.
Not bad. It puts everything out of position, forces him off the line for some time. And, you know, we're actually seeing a pretty lackluster anti-air composition from YoDa right now, which is going to come into play and going to be a kind of a really difficult situation to deal with these massive amounts of medivac drops that are going to be coming his way. Just a handful of Marines and a lot of Marauders.
INnoVation still not really looking to move out just yet, just harassing with his drops, getting his 3 bases up at a time. This Banshee drop coming in, or rather the Hellbat drop coming in, it looks like towards the main.
Not going to find much there. There's a bunch of bio already waiting there.
Flying into a turret at the same time. Medevac going to go down right away. Some of those SCVs bunching up a bit, but like you said, going to be able to take him out pretty easily there.
This is momentum, just stays in complete control of INnoVation's, and INnoVation is looking for a fight now. He's actually going to move forward onto these tanks. Even though there's 5 tanks he's up, he can do it with this amount of Medivacs.
Yeah, and here come the Hellbats dropping straight onto these tanks right behind him. There's a lot of bio here to support, though, for YoDa. And here come the Marauders pushing in. That PDD is really going to help out, but a lot of these tanks are all alone.
Oh, man. Beautiful positioning from everything from INnoVation. You know, picking up those Marauders, tanking more. This line of units coming down to try and reinforce, just get wiped out. Huge advantage there for INnoVation. Just beautiful engagement. Despite running into 5 siege-up tanks, he just had more than enough.
Yeah. Just things going really well for INnoVation, getting that very early lead in this game.
I mean, it's a problem as well when you have like such a lackluster anti-air composition there. I mean, no Vikings of YoDa's himself, which is kind of understandable at this point of the game. You want a decent-sized bio army. You want to be splitting up and trying to engage efficiently on the map. But the way he fought that army, he wasn't really spread out at all either. And his reinforcements just kind of came in single file into sieged-up tanks.
Yeah. He's going to try to set up another position here on the left side once again. YoDa will. But looking at the army of INnoVation, I don't see how YoDa's ever going to be able to stop this, even if he's got the perfect setup.
No. Just supply is getting higher and higher for INnoVation. It's like a 30-40 supply lead right now. He's just making that perfect composition.
Yeah. I love what he's doing, too. He, like, won that battle and he got very far ahead. But he didn't, like, try to force another follow-up attack very fast. He just got his fourth base up, like, very, very fast. Made it planetary. He's also making another CC towards his third base here. And just, you know, preparing for the next stage of this game.
I mean, there's no rush when you're the mech player, and if you take an advantageous fight, it means you've solidified another base. Your army is getting stronger and stronger as the game gets later and later. And look at this once again. Complete confidence from INnoVation. Just going to be marching into siege tanks. There's no bio. They're all out of position right now.
They're all on the right side of the map. He's going to try to go for some kind of counter attack, but at the same time, he's using all of these tanks in the middle of the map.
A little bit maybe overconfidence of what these tanks can actually mean on the map for YoDa right now. And it hasn't stopped INnoVation at all. Maybe this will be the fight where he can get some damage done there on siege tanks, but he's not focusing them at all.
Hellbat's in the front doing a really nice job tanking for those tanks in the back, and now everything comes back here. There's a supply depot wall. He's getting sandwiched here. YoDa's going to lose everything.
Yep, once again, everything getting wiped out. While this is all happening, though, YoDa is getting another base. He's up to 5 bases. So that's something. If he can maintain his economic lead for a little bit longer, maybe stop INnoVation from marching across the map, which is the biggest threat right now. A big counterattack could kill him.
Yeah, and I think INnoVation does know that at this point, which is why he's moving out on the map here. He's near maxed out at this point, a very efficient army here. He's 2-1 so far for his mech. And I think he's just going to come in here. He's getting that scan down. He's seeing exactly how little YoDa has.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all. The drops are coming down on top of all the bios. So many Hellbats.
The tanks in the back not even sieging up until now, just fighting straight up against the bio with the PDDs. And man, this is a slaughter so far here.
Complete slaughter, man. There's nothing much YoDa can do at this point. I think he's just simply too far behind in army supply and everything else. He's never finding the damage. He never did find the damage once in this game. It's what you kind of got to look for against the mech Terran.
Yeah. That fifth base you were talking about is going to be forced to lift here and just fly away. In the meantime, INnoVation making a switch into Ravens. He is that far ahead. He can go for something like that. And even so, he's still going to win this fight on the ground.
Yep, marching forward even further here. Up to 50 supply as it is. It's just about finishing the game out from here, getting near that production so nothing else can really reinforce or build up. And units are still rallied into this army, so I think we're going to see some GG scans come out, which we are from YoDa. And that might be it.
GG. INnoVation will take game number 2 in a very solid fashion. That was just straight up great play from INnoVation.
Yeah, he looked fantastic. A real solid beat down there, you know, good mechanical game from him. Got to flex his mechanical muscles a little bit.
Yeah. Show us what we've been missing from him here in Pro League after he got semi-replaced by Dream as the Terran in the lineup.
Yep, he's finally made his way back. And now, you know, Prime has one last chance to try and get a point on the scoreboard or maybe turn this series around. And that's going to be Su versus Bung Bung.
Oh boy. Su, gigantic ZVG player. He just took out Dark in a best-of-7 series for Kespa Cup. And Bung Bung, he's not shown the best games, to be honest.
No, certainly not. I like to think that, you know, it is ZVZ. It is very volatile. Anything can happen, Valdez. You know, the wrong build order choice from Su and the right one from Bung Bung can just mean the end.
The one thing I hope is that Su doesn't play like ultra greedy. I want to see like a 15 pool, very safe. I want to just see him be ready for anything that Bung Bung can throw against him. Because if he can make it into the late game, his macro is just going to allow him to soar so far ahead.
It is an Iron Fortress as well, which is a fun map. You know, it's a fun map for ZVZ because it means volatile. It means a lot of link bane, aggression, or defense. It can be very exciting. Let's see. I'm sure we're going to see Bung Bung try for that early on because he does not want to go into a late game with Su in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, before we get into that game number 3, we're going to have that 3-minute break. Stay tuned.